Welcome back to another week of Brick Dynasty Live, now endorsed by 3 out of 4 people in my house. This week's special guest is none other than Stud City, a man who wears every hat in the Lego community. Christo, how are you?
Thank you for having me. I love the intro, Brick Dynasty, and thank you for having me on and taking the time to include me as a guest in your weekly stream. I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is exciting because you are the first person I've had on who really does touch on absolutely everything. Content, like in general, reviews, Discord, your own shop. You are eBay Live now, which is crazy. You're into just about everything.
I've known to spread myself thin and try to dabble, and I don't know if this is the right answer. I sure can't speak to that, but it's worked for me, right, in my day-to-day life. I think that's most important. Like, everybody's different, but I've tried to dabble and get my feet wet in many things, and I've loved the journey that it's been doing so.
Yeah. So what made you start like this whole Stud City journey? Because you had to have had a background in Lego for a while before that, right?
You'd actually be surprised. I didn't. So as a kid, I never had Lego. Lego sets were never in my inventory. That never happened. I collected Pokemon as a kid and played the games. And aside from Pokemon being like one of my few hobbies, I was like full time playing football, soccer. That was my life. Like, if you had to look through a chapter book from age, very young age to honestly in my almost early 20s, that was it. Like, that's what you would see a ball, and that is pretty much the long story, which is pretty crazy.
Wow. Yeah. And how did Lego come into your life?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, they say when one door closes, another one opens. It's a long story on my exit from playing football. I ended up playing at a Division I university, which, I mean, it was a story in itself, and I'm very blessed to do so and able to get through a really awesome degree through engineering, with playing football, right? Like with the sport I love. But it was actually on my way of an exit outside of soccer. They're playing here in the States, and I had so much time. I went through like my whole life just doing one thing, right? And then when that thing is slowly coming to an end, and it did come to an end, I found this huge gap of time, right? I mean, you start experimenting, like, what do I do? Like, Ken, do you play any sports? Have you played any sports in your early ages?
No, not since I was little.
Okay, but when you were little, did you play a ton, right? Like, did you play like a lot?
Yeah. Up until I found music.
Okay.
Things switched. Same idea though.
Yeah. Same idea. So during that time, I spent so much of it, playing soccer in the sport I love, whether it was just fitness, whether it was just ball control, whether it was weight training, all these things revolving around like a lifestyle of playing soccer. That was basically it. So I know this is a long-winded answer, but you spend so much time doing something, and when it suddenly comes to an abrupt end, you're trying to pick up the broken pieces. And I would say I didn't even try many things. I feel like Lego just kind of fell onto my lap. I ended up picking a Speed Champion set. I still have it to today. It was probably 2018 or 2019, and it was the McLaren Senna Speed Champion. Okay. Picked it up at Walmart with a buddy. He bought the Ferrari F40, and we built them together, and we loved it. Like, it was just like addiction from the start. I've always had an infatuation with cars and vehicles. I feel like that's always been a niche. And to be fair, like, I really love the Lego, that Lego build, and I still have it to today. But it wasn't until maybe like a week or 2, 3 later that I picked up like an Assembly Square building on a marketplace deal. And I think that's where it really began. Like, that is truly where I fell head over heels kind of deal. Have you built that set?
Assembly Square? No, I haven't.
I think
that McLaren was that was the last wave of the 6 studs, wasn't it?
I believe so. That was at least, if not one of the last waves, right?
Cool.
I always loved Senna too, watching his movie. I always loved Formula One when I was a kid and whatnot. But yeah, having that car was pretty cool. And I ended up snapping some pictures of it and like posted on my story or something like that. Just like on the personal, like on family and stuff. I had a bunch of like my family. I was like, oh my God, it's a cool Lego set or something like that. But it wasn't so much like until that assembly square kind of came around that I shot like a video of myself recording building it. And I think that was partially why I went on this like epic journey of doing YouTube.
Oh, okay. So that kind of hit you real quick then.
Real quick, yeah.
Okay.
It was a extremely boring video, and it was over like winter break in that university time. So you had like 2-3 weeks off of university, no studying, past exams. So I was like, okay, I have like a full couple of days. Let me build this Lego set. I'm like, I'm going to record it. Terrible camera angle, terrible camera. Like it wasn't even in scene at half the times. And I just put this video together of me building it and just uploaded it to YouTube. And it was like that check, like that tick, like, oh wow, we just accomplished. It was like more of an accomplishment thing. I don't know if you can relate there, or if anyone else watching can relate there, but just like it felt like I accomplished something. So I was like, I want more, right? I want to do more. Yeah.
So when you say you want to do more, both Lego and YouTube, you were sucked into both right away?
I think it was equally. I honestly, Ken, it's such a good question. I feel like I loved Lego. I loved taking pictures of my Lego sets and like sharing them. But I felt like YouTube was more of like a calling card. It was like, oh my gosh, like what can I do to make my video better? What can I do to get seen? Like it was a challenge, right? Like building Lego was a challenge because I was so new to it. I'm like making this Lego set come together, and I love tackling challenges, big and small. And a Lego set's pretty simple, right? After you build it, it's accomplished. You feel good after it. You get to admire it, take some pictures, whatever. But YouTube was that one thing I like couldn't crack. It was like, okay, I'm not getting a ton of views. What can I do on this video? What can I make? What can I do better? How do I get seen? How do I meet more people? And it was just like this ongoing expedition of trying to learn more. Yeah.
At what point do you think you felt like you were actually getting somewhere? Was that quick, or were you really pounding at it for a while?
I felt like an untraditional long time. I think YouTube especially, I really struggled to feel like, hey, I'm getting somewhere. I don't think it was until maybe 2 to 3 years in that I felt like I was like seriously getting somewhere on YouTube. And partially why is because I got theft of my joy. You always hear that saying, right? Like, comparison is theft of your joy, right? At the time I had met some other creators in the Lego space, and we were roughly like the same kind of audience style, kind of bouncing the same videos, ideas and stuff like that off of each other. And actually, I'll mention him here. It was A&A Hobbies, and then also Bricks. I forget his name on YouTube now, but it's Bricks something. His name is Jazz Marathon. Both of these guys are awesome people. I love them. They don't make content anymore. That's how long ago this was. But they were like truly an inspiration in the beginning because we were always just pushing each other to do more and make more content. But it was in a time where the short pilot program, beta testing for YouTube rolled out. And we're making some of the similar videos and trying different things. And they just had some videos explode. Like YouTube was just pushing shorts to compete with TikTok, especially in a time where I started creating content. And my videos would just peak at like 1,000 views on the short form. And then my friends here, they'd have some videos just go 1 million views, 2 million views, 500,000 views. And I'm just sitting here like, I can't even hit a 10,000 view video. And it was like this for a year. Like I just couldn't crack the code a long time. And I couldn't understand why. I even tried uploading, like I remade Jazz was like, remake the same exact video, but like in your own. and remake it and see if it'll blow up. Like it's got to, right? Like theoretically, like that should make sense. Especially if YouTube's like rolling out a program like that. And, you know, I appreciate both of those guys, Corey and Jazz, their guidance and some of that stuff. And it just never happened. And I just felt like I was waiting and waiting and waiting. And then it what really, I feel like, helped picked up my channel. We ended up crossing 10,000 subscribers, which felt like it was like a whole a breakthrough in the wall. But I started showcasing some of my uncle's collection, and there was like a lot of interest. And some of those videos did end up going viral at that point on YouTube. And that was like my aha moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you mentioned your uncle. He didn't have anything to do with you getting started in Lego, huh? Because he was pretty deep in for forever, it sounds like.
Yeah. So,
and you just never picked it up from him. That's crazy.
It was like, it's one of those things, right, Ken? Like, as a kid, you don't really have a lot of control over the toys you get or, you know, the lifestyle that you live. So for me, you know, granted, I had an uncle I went over there many times, right? And I remember seeing his uncle, his Lego collection and getting to see it and all that stuff. But I just never had of my own, right? So it's like hard to get into something that you don't really have accessibility like easily, you know?
That makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it's best of both worlds. It's amazing to like see and live in as a kid. And his collection's absolutely a one-of-one collection and truly an amazing piece. Yeah. So, but
all right.
That was a good question. It's a tough one.
So you bring his collection into your feed there and display some of that. How did you work it, bringing him back and bringing yourself back to the front? Because that must have been tricky, right? Kind of weaving the two together.
Yeah, that's it really was, and it still is to today, right? Sometimes, I mean, even I'll throw a post up or something, you'll see all the comments like, "Not your collection, not your collection." But I think one of the big things that like sets me and my uncle to like strive together a little bit and like is the fact that we have something to bond over, which I think is huge, and I think is more important than any video that I've made. But with that being said, tying myself into his collection, he's not a media guy. He like this is something I mentioned maybe in that Cali video that you meant or that you talked about earlier, but he never ordered Lego online. Like just to comprehend and think about that. And if you haven't seen that, if anybody's watching, haven't seen some of my uncle's collection, check it out. It might be one of the main videos on my page. But like to think about seeing a collection like that and just how many Lego sets, minifigs, and so on. And to just never have ordered anything online and physically gone to
crazy.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. And like even take it one step further, Ken. Go to the Lego store and try to buy, 10 battle packs. They won't let you.
Nope.
They won't let you. So you can't even do that. Yeah. So you think of how many multiple trips he's gone, every day hitting 5 Lego stores or, every weekend going a couple times, right? I mean, it's truly an impressive question. And not to evade your question here and like how I get tied back into it. He's not a media guy. He doesn't do social media. He doesn't care to do social media. So he says, hey, record all this, but you take all the credit. Like this, like display it as yours. Slip it in there, not it's mine. Do what you want with it. And like, I'm grateful for that. He for all he cared, he could have said like, pretend this is your own collection. And he wouldn't have cared, which is dishonest, right? I'm not going to do that. And I try to showcase. Trust me, I've tried to pull him into videos. He wants none of it. And I think I admire it.
Yeah.
But the fact that he still doesn't care and still will let me take videos whenever I want, always tells me to, come over, shoot a video, come look at the skyscrapers I'm building, let's come set up all the ships I've built, like all these things. And he has no problem with it ever and just truly wants, not whatever I want, but like is okay with me showing it and sharecasing with the world. Because put yourself in that shoes. Would you want somebody, if you lived a pretty private life, would you want somebody showing your $500,000 million collection, whatever it is, right? Like,
yeah, that's awesome. I mean, and the bonding there is so much more valuable than the bricks.
Yeah,
that's so great to have the opportunity to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even behind the camera, that's really cool.
Yeah, that is definitely one that, like, I feel like for the majority of it's always pretty much behind camera, which is good. It's like a safe space for me to be like, all right, I'm not on the camera. This is a kind of a chill place, you know?
Yeah. You can shut Stud City off and just kind of be you, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Yeah. And he's always building too. Like if I called him right now, it would be pretty funny on stream or something. But if I called him right now, I'd be like, "What are you doing?" He's probably in the basement working on a skyscraper.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's kind of a dream come true.
That's it.
It's wild to be able to do that. Good for him.
Yeah. No, he earns it. He deserves it. So he's an amazing person. He does some really amazing things. Not to go on a tangent, but I don't know a lot of people that go and cut their neighbor's yard because, you know, they're a little bit too old and he just wants to help them, or will drive up to some senior homes and like visit some friends and family to spend the day playing backgammon or checkers or whatever. I mean, he does a lot of these things that I admire. And I feel like many other people, and myself included, would be just spreading the love, whether it's with or not, which is, it's awesome.
It's a great role model to have.
It is.
It's awesome.
Yeah, but that, and, you know, it all started with bricks, right? Like it all, the closer connection gets tied in with the bricks, which is why, you know, the Lego group truly has something special.
Yep. Yeah. So while you were building the YouTube channel, at what point did you think you were building your own community, like the actual Stud City community?
Yeah, I almost feel like, you know, we definitely have a community, and I've truly accepted that, you know, here in modern day. But I looking back at it, I don't feel like I ever says I want to build, like my process wasn't like I want to build this community, like this exclusive thing or anything like that. I feel like the community that we built was me kind of trying to connect more people and like in a free way, right? I feel like a lot of things in modern day are always like, oh, you know, buy my course or pay for subscription, all these things. And I was like, hey, let's start a place where we can gather, we can run, you know, a Discord server. That way fans can engage with each other in just a free way, just kind of be present, you know, however that is to you. Like everybody's kind of welcome kind of thing. And I think like that's really where the community stemmed. And I honestly, I couldn't have done it without some of the early adopters of that Discord server. I mean, I feel like that is truly one of the hearts of the Stud City community. We started it, I believe, even before the YouTube channel. Like it was quite some time ago. And believe it or not, the first maybe 10 members or so, you know, 5 of those guys run the server. Like it is just the people that they got the right people on the bus, fortunately early. Like that's how I feel. And it's just, we cross paths. Sure, we've had differences. Sure, we've gotten in fights and stuff about things, but like we're still strong. We're still there together, and we still kind of run the show, which I think is, I mean, it's a blessing. And the fact that they put in so much time, and that we run that, you know, that community for so many people, that people like, I always get this question. It's like, do you understand like how many people's lives you impact that like you don't realize? And I think it's such a hard question to fathom, because like you really don't know. It's something you just can't justify. Like how many people are in this server, in this community, that check for my videos or posts that I don't know, or that I might not ever get the chance to meet. And I think it says a lot, right? And I think it says a lot about the community that we built. And, you know, trying to be present, trying to engage with as many people as possible has always been one of my goals, and continue to be. But yeah, again, everything's a challenge, right?
Yeah, it's there are a lot of people in that server.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to get, you know, a minute of one-on-one time with everybody would be virtually impossible.
Right. Yeah, I would love to do like a weekly call or something, just for an hour or something, just answer questions or something, just to engage more, right? I think it would be super valuable, but we'll get there. Like everything, we'll get there.
Yeah, have a well, I mean, there's always Brick World too. So if people want some actual FaceTime, I mean, that obviously takes effort and a plane ticket, but it's a good excuse to go anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
And many other conventions. I had a great time in Atlanta earlier this year, and there's a couple other big ones that I intend to go to in the
awesome.
coming months and stuff. So that'll be really exciting to meet some people, and hopefully some other future events, but you'll never know, right? We'll see wherever we land.
So I'm trying to think back. If I remember right, God, it's probably been, I'm going to guess 4 years ago. You had a podcast at one point for just a little bit of time.
Mm-hmm.
Am I remembering that right?
We tried. We tried to like set up like a longer variant of like a Q&A thing. And it was running with, I think Tanner was helping me run. Tanner's a guy who still talk to one of my good friends today. One of the first people in the Discord server, is basically a lifelong friend now. But we tried starting like a longer style of video, doing AMAs and just trying to talk through and more in the podcast style. But just felt like hard to keep up. And in all truthfulness, it just felt like it wasn't my niche. Like it wasn't it was hard to do. And I don't think life should be hard to do. Like I think things should come easy. So like keep exploring until you find things that come easy to you. And that for me, that just wasn't it.
You seem to be a much more visual guy than an audio only.
Right? That's a great way of putting it, Ken. That's a great way of putting it. I think that is a great outlook.
Yeah. So I'm trying to remember back because I think for sure you had a best investments of whatever year. And I want to say that was 3 Destiny's bounties ago.
I love
because that's kind of how you measure things, right?
Yes.
Yeah, which one was that?
Was it the designer? His name is Dimitri. I forget his last name, but it's the 2020 version. It's the one with it was retail at $130, and it was the legacy version.
That was the one with the flat sails. Is that the one?
Let me think about this. So it came with it's 22. I'm pretty sure that it had to be this one. 22, because I feel like that was my early adoption into Ninjago, is like in that time frame. And I don't think I would have mentioned a set like that had I not been like into the theme. So I feel like it's got to be the 2020 variant.
Yeah.
Maybe
that sounds about right. I think that might have been a Walmart exclusive too.
It might have been. It might have been. Really, really good design. But why do you bring that one up?
Well, that one just because I had just started investing back then. And I actually found that through that podcast, through searching for Lego investing stuff.
Oh my God.
That happened to come up.
And how did that one pan out from that time?
I was very early in and wasn't willing to spend over $100 on the set at the time.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm not really sure. I was a little too nervous at that point.
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough talking about investing because there's multiple like topics. Like everybody's in a different financial state. Everybody looks at an investment different. Everybody has different amounts of money. Like it is very challenging to get like this wide conception of investing in Lego down to reach a single person. Like I think it's like one of the biggest challenges. But bringing in the Destiny's Bounty set, if you held on to that set, that one's done pretty well. It's a very nice piece.
Yeah, it's I love them all. The newest one I think is super cool. Mm-hmm. It's a different little twist on it.
The Temple Bounty you're speaking to, correct?
That's the dark one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was 200 USD.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I still want like the mother of all bounties, a UCS $500, girthy boy. I'd love to see it.
Man, have you seen the Lego movie Destiny's Bounty?
Yes. Yep.
So that's considered, I think that was a 2018 release. I think that's considered the holy grail of Ninjago Destiny bounties. And the biggest...
It's really nice.
It's real nice. And I actually don't own that. And it's hard to believe I don't own that with how much I love Ninjago. But I think like that's on the right track of, maybe one day ever getting that, like you said, $500 UCS Destiny's Bounty. And I think we're all here for it.
Yep.
I can't speak to what the Lego Group will or will not make, but if you had ask my personal thoughts and opinions, we've seen Ninjago Legends just drop 2 basically.
Oh, they're so good.
That's right. They're so good. They've hit an audience that's not Ninjago, and I think that's huge.
Yeah.
both those sets, the Guardian Dragon and the Fire Knight Mech. If anybody's watching and doesn't understand which sets we're talking about, those are the two we're talking about.
Yeah.
But those two sets, I think the sales on them are just going to be so well that the Ninjago team's going to be like, whoa, we got to do something else. And that's my hopes, right? I mean, like, all I can do is hope, right? But I feel like the one topic of interest set, especially with a day and age where in 2024 we saw the Endurance release during Black Friday, we saw the River Steamboat release, we saw the Merchant boat from Bricklink Designer Program, we have the Black Pearl, I mean, Captain Jack Sparrow's pirate ship.
Yep.
We have the new BDP set. I forget the Pioneer. I forget what's the name. It's a huge BDP set that's releasing. It's like $350. So you have like, I just named 5 or 6 ships that all cost $300 plus.
Yeah.
Does the Ninjago team look at that and say, well, we can clearly sell this, right? And one can hope.
Yeah. Well, and every year they put out the Ninjago modular at the Ninjago City, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's not a tiny price tag. I mean, there's some money there.
Yeah.
People are willing to spend it.
Yeah.
I think they could move some copies.
I'm in 100% agreement. And I think it's one of those time things. And the reason I say time is because, Ninjago's been out for 15 years as of 2026. And I think that's really interesting to like conceptualize because, I don't know, related to Star Wars, I don't know this off the top of my head, but how long was Lego Star Wars around until they experimented with a $500 set? I don't know, but I'm assuming probably around the same time, 15 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they did it and then jump on that right away. So like with a theme that has so much history, is so rich and has such a big audience, I feel like now and maybe in the next 5 years, regardless of what that looks like, it's probably the time. And they're probably going to start. And that's why we see Legends come out. Like, they're probably going to start dabbling. And, I don't know these things. I'm just trying to like put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're doing a great job getting bigger and bigger. I mean, Cole's Mech from last year, that was great. What was the Elemental Dragon that came out right about the same time?
The Source
the
Dragon,
big red one.
Source Dragon
Yes.
Motion.
Yes. That thing was beautiful.
I think
so good.
I think that's the best Ninjago. I think that's the best dragon Lego's ever made.
I could see that.
I think,
and it was good price point too.
Yeah, that is speaking of Lego investing, I think that's a great piece to pick up.
Yep.
I just think that set is just so good that many people are going to kick themselves had they not gotten it later down the road. I do. I think that's just way too good. Like looking at other dragons, I think like the gold one, the Lloyd with the 3 heads, I think that one was pretty great. I don't have that set, but I know. I mean, it was impressive. The Guardian Dragon's great, but I don't think it tips over the red Source Dragon. I think that one's just too iconic.
Yeah, the Guardian Dragon seems it's too stationary. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah,
but it doesn't have the positioning. It doesn't have the width on a shelf where it's like imposing.
Yeah, that's a great way of looking at it. It is, I mean, it is massive. It has all these beautiful building techniques, but it's very stationary. It's just this display model, and it almost is so displayed that it's almost like not a dragon. It almost doesn't feel like a dragon set. And I think that's it's just so different. But yeah, like
the what was the one? I think it was the year before, the Stone Dragon, the fountain looking thing.
The I forget the name of it. Okay, I know what you're talking about. It was $120.
Yes,
still out today. Yep.
Yeah, and it's beautiful set. But it felt more like a piece of art than a Ninjago set.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I loved it at first, and then I just couldn't picture it on a shelf. I mean, I don't know. I try to keep things that go up on the shelf fun for the kids, so it looks like something's happening.
Yeah.
I get a little bit of action up there.
No, it makes sense. You got to be selective and intentional with the Lego sets you pick up, right? I mean, they take up room, they take up space, they take up. Yeah. Have you ran out of room yet?
Oh yeah. It's and space danger is a constant battle.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
I feel like it's a Lego person, like anybody who collects Lego can easily relate to that,
Yeah.
constant challenge.
Yeah, there's almost no artwork left on any of the walls in the house because it's all eaten up by shelves or acro units or something.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, it's the best problem.
It's the best problem. We have it so good. We have it so good.
Yeah, not a lot of people can play with their walls.
That's true too. At least ours has playability. We can always rebuild it whenever we want.
Yeah. All right. So we've touched on investing a little bit.
Mhm.
Did you start in on that like right away? Like, okay, well, I'm buying some stuff. I'm gonna, one to rock, one to stock, that kind of deal.
Okay, so you're referring just to Lego, correctly?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I was at university, taking the story back a little bit, I know we touched on it when I was going to university playing soccer. I had a very difficult schedule, and part of it came down to not being able to get a traditional job, right? Like I feel like working at a Chipotle or a restaurant or a retail store with my hours with soccer constantly changing, it was very challenging. And of course class, like I couldn't get a job that would be like, yeah, we'll only do 4 hours on a Friday and it has to be in the night or early in the morning. Like it was just very not possible. And with that was a lot of my entrepreneurial spirit. I've always had a knack for reselling things and buying and selling. And I just kind of took that to the next level when I was in college. I was access point of having a apartment building within 10 miles of 3 different Walmarts, 4 different Targets, a mall, a Kohl's, 3 different Kohl's. Like it was literally an epicenter of all these retail chains. And it was, I mean, gosh, I could live there again right now if you really put me to. I loved it. It was just, you just had access and easy access to all of these stores within 10 minutes, 15 minutes of literally hitting any of those stores times 3 or 4. So with that being said, I started reselling a lot of items like I did in high school in my early ages. And one of those things was Lego. Like I kind of found a knack that a lot of people were buying Lego. And it didn't even take reselling. Like I understood, retiring Lego sets. Like I understood that at an early age, at an early age in my collecting of Lego and reselling hobbyist. But I also realized these retail stores at the time, the game's changed quite a bit. But at the time, these stores were clearancing sets, 70, 80% off. I felt like it was often, weekly. I was able to find just crazy deals on Star Wars, Ninjago, Marvel, the Lego movie, all of these A-tier themes, just heavily clearance. And I've said this in the past, but I felt like Robin Hood, right? I felt like I was stealing from the rich and giving the poor. I would buy these sets at 80, 90% off at Walmart, Targets, Kohl's, and I would sell them for under retail. And I'll finger cross on this. I would always sell these sets under retail to sell them as fast as possible. So example is if I was able to find a Ninjago, say it was the Earth Mech, Cold Earth Mech, say it was $100 and I was able to find it for $50, I'd quickly sell it for 80 because I was looking for quick cash fast. And I was just able to do that. Because I had so much access to all of these stores, I felt like it was just one of those things. I was like, wow, this is crazy. So I would just constantly be buying crazy clearance and selling them under MSRP value just for quick flips. And this was also helping pay for school. At the time, it was helping pay my college and tuition and my, my apartment and all that kind of food and living. And I know it's a lot to throw at you, but it was just a crazy time period where I feel to put it in perspective, Walmarts were 24 hours, right? Targets were open till midnight. It was just a different time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting one. The times have changed, but going back to your question and was this early in my collection? This was before I started. This is before I even opened that McLaren. This is before I even cracked the set open, right? I was reselling shoes, TVs, watches. I was reselling all these things. It's just just to like pay for school and my lifestyle. And like Lego was just one of those things that it became so much more.
Wow. So you were selling it before you were building it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing how easy it is to move a product that everybody wants.
Yeah. Yeah. There was, I'll never forget this. There was a thrift store. And for anybody that knows the area, it was on Coliseum Drive. And there was this small thrift store that I can't expect that there was maybe 5 people that visited a day, but they had Lego sets in there and they got them in weekly, and they were selling them for the most of the time that I would go in there. They were like half off MSRP values, and some of them were retired. And I would just go in there. I would like, give me them all, like I'll take all of them. Like I'll find the, like, I wish I had half the ambition I did today. And I would have just been like, I'll find you the end buyer, just keep it here and I'll just connect you with the sale. Like, I don't even have to touch it. Right. Like, like there's just so many other ways, like ideas that spawn in my head, but like nowadays, but I mean, at a time in, we all have our broke college days or our early adoption stories. Right. And it was just a time where I was just like, yeah, let's just go. Like we're go, green light. Yeah.
So, okay. So you talk about early adoption.
Yeah.
I'll actually jump ahead on my list here because it ties in well. Trading cards.
Mm-hmm.
So I had never heard anything about Lego trading cards. And then all of a sudden I heard about them one day. And then I see a video from you like, oh, I got all of these. I'm just grading everything. It's like, what the hell is going on here? That was a bold move.
It was. I think it paid off too. But I'll give a little background on the story. I'm not the first person to dabble in Lego trading cards. I'm far from it. I'm not the first person. M&R done some videos, and he's had some pop-up shops where he's sold like some Lego Star Wars trading cards. But I think it's clear that Ryan didn't have like a passion for trading cards, but he just loves Lego Star Wars. So I think it makes sense, and they're a lot of fun. And I've seen many other creators dabble in them in the past years. I think like Maddie's Minifigs would sell them on like Whatnot and stuff like that, and so on. Like that list continues. But I kind of wanted to take it a step further. I talked about my obsession with Pokemon as a kid and still to today, and I think a lot of that feeds in from that obsession with Pokemon. Like when I open a pack of Lego Star Wars or Lego Ninjago trading cards, I feel like a kid again because that's what I grew up on. I didn't grow up on building Lego sets. I grew up on ripping packs and seeing if I got a hollow card inside. So partially is because I have so much interest in that because it makes me feel nostalgia and really does make me feel like a kid again, that I really just like felt at home with these trading cards. And, I wish there was certain things that these trading cards would do. I think the collectability is there, and with time it will progress, but it's not like Pokemon. It's a completely different market. It's very, very different. And it's just not, you can't compare it. Like, it's just not the same. But with that being said, I had this envision, and I had a buddy of mine, Tyler, and I was really trying to get him on board, and we did. It ended up being last October, so literally almost a year ago now. We're like, all right, let's finally do this. We've talked about it over and over again. Let's grade some of these Lego Star Wars trading cards. And it took a lot of, I don't know. I mean, it took a lot of money, right? It was not cheap to send them to get graded. I don't know if you're up to date, but PSA now charges $19.99. So $20 to grade a single card at the lowest tier possible. And that is with a $200 membership yearly. Yeah. And then on top of that, they have expensive shipping rates. So, I mean, if you wanted to grade one card, it would just realistically cost you probably probably like $40, 40. If you just wanted to grade one card and you wanted to send it out by yourself, it is not a cheap process. So we have this idea, like, let's do it. Let's grade these trading cards. And Tyler at the time was like, well, I'll send in like, let's just see if we can get some back, maybe they won't grade them. Maybe they will. So there's a risk. There's a gamble. Granted, we're fortunate that if they don't grade them, we'll get our money back. We just waste a little bit on shipping and all that kind of stuff, and our time, of course. So we ended up packing this order up. First time we've ever done it. Was pretty scared to do it, and I think Tyler sent in maybe like 5 cards, and I think I sent in maybe 25, 30. And the reason we did that is because you got a bulk rate for shipping 20 or more. So it was like significantly cheaper. So like, in the sense of per card, it was more expensive, but per card kind of great. And actually, believe it or not, I think it was $14 or $15 a card all year ago today. So it was like $15 per card, which is still extremely expensive. But we ended up waiting. We ended up keeping it down low. Absolutely 0 people knew about this. And we did not get our cards from sending them October of 2024. We received our first graded pack in February. And I have the date somewhere because I have it on a video, but I'll just throw it out there. Maybe end of February of 2025. And that is a significant time. And we are keeping things silent this entire time. And like we have them in our hand, right? And we're like, now what? Now what do we do? Like, do we share this? And it's like, well, no, let's get another order in and make sure we have enough cards, right? Like if we sell these or if, we bring them to the space. So we shoot a bunch of videos. We have these videos recorded in early February or whatever, which is by far before anyone's catching a drift on these. We send in, I think Tyler maybe sends in another like 10, 15 cards. No, he sends in a 40 pieces of cards. I send in 250.
Oh my God.
Maybe 250 in the first round. And then I ended up sending more. But you could do the math. This is a significant investment, right? Like it's a lot of cards. And I'm just like, we got to go for it, right? Like what other time? No one else does this, right? No one else is doing this. Fast forward a little bit. We are at probably May now. Still have months to go before I get these 250 cards back. And I see somebody post a smaller channel that's a card seller, strictly card seller, posted that they graded a gold Series 5 Star Wars card. And I sent it to Tyler immediately. And I'm like, dude, if the wrong person sees this, it gets shared to one person, it's over. Like, we need to release this now. Because we already have all our videos recorded, and it's been recorded for months. And on top of it, we are going to a convention in Chicago. And I'm like, my intention was to display them there if our other 250 cards show up in time. If not, I would just hold them because I want to like gatekeep this information. As sad as it is to say, I want to be the first one to like debut this. And that is the truth, right? Like that's what I wanted to do. But with that being said, I sent it to him. We both agreed like now or never. So we ended up posting the videos way early than we intended. Then we ended up showcasing them in Chicago. And I think, Ken, drawing back into what you said a little bit earlier, is that I didn't know Lego trading cards existed. And I think that is such a great comment because the Lego group sent out some of their team members to a convention in Chicago. And they said the same thing. They go, oh my gosh, we make trading cards?
Oh, man.
That's from a Lego employee. That's from multiple Lego employees, right?
That's
like
terrible.
It is crazy niche, but it makes sense because if you really think about it, most of these cards are printed in German, and Germany runs, one of the biggest Lego enthusiasts, like hobbyists, as far as a nation goes. But those guys, they didn't know that because they're only in Germany. And we're crazy enough of fans to bring them over here, but it's just not something that's well known. And actually, funny story, that one of the employees from Lego shot me a message the other day. They're like, hey, just thought you'd get a smile out of this, but I was in Denmark near the HQ, and I saw a pack of trading cards for sale at a retail store. And I was like, yes, let's go. So
awesome.
It's moving, right? And it's moving. And I really think having some of those early PSA adoption cards is like, it's part of my bold strategy. It's part of my like risk tolerance and risk taking. That is a significant investment. And it's something I'm passionate about. So like, even if I didn't sell the cards, or even if nobody wanted them, I still think I'd have this great value of knowing that like I bought all these trading cards, right? And like I still have them, and I love looking at trading cards. So like I don't think it would bother me that much, And although I don't think that's the case, I think they will be popular, and I think 10, 20 years now, people are going to be kicking themselves like, dang, I should have graded some early on, right? Like the price of a PSA card is $100 to grade now, right? Like I really think the restored value of a graded card, let alone hopefully a high grade like a 10 in some of these early stages trading cards, I think it'll be a risk that kind of pays off in the long run.
So I'm trying to think of the timing here.
Yeah, it's a tough timeline.
Well, okay, so that was October of last year.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, when did Lego make the official announcement that Pokemon was coming?
Speaking to working with the Lego group, I would say that they probably would know their partnership well before that. I think they made their official statement in February of 2025, somewhere around that time, maybe January or February.
Okay.
Because I remember Mega Constructs going like balls to the wall in the sense that we're like, hey, we're done with Pokemon. And like I remember seeing that, like it was breaking headlines that like Mega the Construct, like mass selling, trying to liquidate all their Pokemon because they're not allowed to sell it past December 31st. And like it's big news. So it was early 2025.
Okay. All right. So you already knew that something was coming prior to getting involved in these.
Well, technically, no.
Well, I don't mean from like prior Lego knowledge, but
Okay.
you had some kind of idea something was coming because of Mega. The next logical step would be Lego.
Yeah.
So you got Lego trading cards, and then the possibility, at least, of Pokemon coming.
Yeah.
That has to help, right?
It's ironically something I didn't think about, but in hindsight is something that honestly lines up like the stars at night, right? Like I feel like, wow, this couldn't have been better timing, right? You know what I'm saying? Like with Pokemon inevitably here in 2026, with just months away, is that going to be like, oh my gosh, that's going to tap an insane market, right?
Yeah.
And you might already have started putting two together a little bit. It's like, whoa, why are you working with eBay, right? Whoa, what's that lining up look like? And it's all part of the master plan, right? Like, and I'll even showcase this, and I'm not opposed to sharing it. That the reason I landed eBay was of two things. One, I went to a Pokemon convention with like two of my like childhood friends, that I grew up with. They asked me to go with them, and I'm like, you know what? I've collected Pokemon and played almost every game my entire life. I'm 26 years old and I've never been to a Pokemon convention. This is mind-boggling. Yes, I'll go with you guys. And then that's number one. And number two was that eBay Live was there, and I brought, I think maybe like 5 of my slabs of my PSA graded cards with me to the convention. Because I was like, I'm not going to record this, but I'm going to show some people. I'm going to turn some heads. So they'll be like, whoa, what's that? Because it's in the Masterworks. And right then and there at that convention, I was watching, and I don't know if this is arrogance or my my ambition. I was watching a stream live in person at the eBay Live booth at Collecticon, one of the bigger Pokemon events, of all places. And I'm watching a streamer on like a promoted event on this gorgeous white eBay tent, and they got like 200 viewers. And I look at their rep and I said, you want to add 2 zeros to this number? Have me as a streamer. And she goes, what are you talking about? And then I just word for word what happened. And we just started shooting the shot. And I showed her, I was like, actually, I got something for you. I gave her a card. I said, this is the first ever PSA graded Lego trading card. I'm like, did you know Lego made trading cards? No. And I said, either do a lot of people, but it's coming. And from that point forward, we were locked in with the eBay team. And I've been working with them for the last 6-7 months now. And I mean, it's been a dream come true. Like it's been It's just a lot of those risks, a lot of those things just build up, and you just take these like one risk to the next, and it leads to like another door, and it like you open that door and it leads to another one. It's just like so many of these events that just keep happening, and you continue to take risks. Trust me, I wouldn't want to spend that much money grading cards. Trust me, I didn't want to, like go and talk to an eBay rep and like, get shot down. It was all these nervous things, but it ended up panning out, and we ended up doing some really cool things, and we're ended up lining up some really cool events for like the near future. So, I mean, it's all a gamble, right? Like it really is.
Wow. So, okay. Prior to hooking up with eBay, had you done whatnot at all? Did you have any experience with the live selling?
Funny enough, this convention was in May of 2025 of this year. Early May. Actually, it might have been April, May, somewhere in there. I was contracted with Whatnot at the time up until May. So like my contract ended like April 31st, and they were like, "Hey, Cristo, you're not meeting quotas. We're not renewing you." And I'm not going to give a number. I don't know the number off my top of my head, but in my head, I'm like, that's actually ridiculous because I know the numbers that we were doing, and it was crazy. And I was just like, I'm like, that's wild. And I felt like that team didn't do me justice. And when someone doesn't do me justice, I like to go to their boss. I'm like, that's always how I've been. I'm like, you're not in it. You're not. No. And I'm going to like, I'll go above you. And that's where like the eBay kind of fit in, right? Like I was like, hey, like, and it's something I brought up. I'm like, I'm currently contracted for a competitor of yours, and they're doing big things. I'm like, I don't like it there. And I told them straight up, I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like what they're doing. Like they're really prioritizing some people. And then that's great for some people. Those people are my friends, but like, I'm not being treated how I want to be treated there. What would you guys do for me? And what would you like want to see? Like, would you want to grow this space? And like, there's multiple conversations that go into here, but it was all truthfulness. And I feel like the truth has always gotten me places. And like, I laid it out for them. Like, this is it. Like I end May 1st. I'm like, I want to do some big things with you guys if you guys are open to it. And it ended up paying off. I mean, it really did.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I don't want any specific details, not my business, not that kind of area. But how does something like that work? Do they compensate you with like additional performance bumps on your sales, or do they say, "Hey, we want you here because you're awesome. We'll give you X"?
I wish it was that. I wish it was that.
Okay.
I'm gonna speak to a past competitor that I used to work with there.
Okay, right on.
You can assume which one it is. But their quotas was kind of, I think, ridiculous. They didn't actually even care about the sales number that we did. I could have sold zero. I could have sold $0 and zero product. All they wanted was people to sign up for their app.
Okay.
So I think it's interesting. All they wanted was monthly number of new users. So it wasn't like, Ken, you signed up for this app, you bought something, you never used it again, and you know what? You came back on the app after a whole 2 years later, and you bought something again now because I brought you on, right? Like it didn't matter. It was first user for the first time ever. And I think in a space that's been, especially on that platform, that's been pretty heavy for over maybe 4 years now, 4 or 5 years. I just feel like some of the numbers they were requesting was unrealistic. It was extremely unrealistic, and it honestly wasn't worth the compensation that they were offering. And I think that was like one of the biggest issues. So it was hard to get on board with that, which I found as a struggle. But I did enjoy my time there, and for many of the good moments, I liked it. And I still do like that app and the program. I think it's fine, but I just wasn't that happy place. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they didn't see my worth, and like I felt like I knew my worth was worth more than that. So it's kind of where I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. So, but that's kind of how it works. They, at least for that platform, we're trying to hit a quota on that, and then also, of course, hitting like a sponsored video or a sponsored post and something like that.
Okay. All right. So I've seen a couple of the eBay lives, and
Mhm.
it's got a natural kind of feel to it, especially, after watching a couple of whatnots. Like, okay, this it's a familiar vibe. Personally, I've always loved eBay. I've
Yeah,
been selling on there for a long time.
right
I've
on.
been buying on there for seems like my whole life at this point. You know, and it's a cool platform. I I like, it's everybody up the food chain. Customer support has always been great. All of those people.
Yeah,
So I feel a little better watching streams there
yeah,
because I know if anything ever goes sideways, the support is there and I'm
yeah.
comfortable with that.
Mhm.
Whatnot. Okay, so it's been a few years now, but they still have that new kid on the block, kind of crept out from the projects. What are they going to do? Kind of
Yeah.
vibe, and I don't know. It's also hard because it's so damn addicting because
Yeah.
you do get that dopamine hit while you're there. It's like, yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
It's tough.
No, I love that, and not knocking either one. I think both are great in their own way. They both offer something unique, and I think there's many fantastic sellers across both. eBay, I'm definitely going to prioritize here, but
Of
I
course.
really like the platform in the sense that it's just, I think it has the right team, and it's tough to like realize that, but when I was, working with one of these past competitors, it's just like I was handed to kind of like one rep and one rep to take me over. And it felt like limited communication. And where I'm at right now, I've met a dozen plus members on the team. And maybe I'm just a poster child to them and they're like really taking care. I don't know, but I don't think that's the case. Like I really am safely assuming that any other seller that's, been onboarded on the eBay Live for like, Pokemon or trading cards, whatever it was, I feel like they have the same resources and tools, and the eBay team cares as much as them as they have about me. And I think that's where like I feel at home. They really care. Like I'm getting text messages from some of my team members an hour ago that like I work with. They're just talking about like what we could do, just trying to grow. And I just didn't feel that where I came from.
Yeah.
So that's one of my biggest things. And then of course the fact that eBay's just been around. They celebrated their 30th anniversary today. That speaks to
Wild.
itself. I saw a post earlier, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It feels
Yeah.
longer.
There was a day where you could send somebody a money order to make a purchase on eBay.
I may not have been around during that time, but that's pretty. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love eBay. I think there's huge possibilities. There are some quirks with it that I'm not happy about. Trust me, if you read some of the emails, you'd be like, "Wow, this guy is not the nicest." I'm really pushing to make it better because I don't think it's exactly where it needs to be, and that's a good thing because if it was, then there wouldn't be room to grow, and there's a lot of room to grow. So that's why I'm very pushy with them. So hopefully, if they're ever watching this, they see that with the shed of light.
Well, eBay, if you're watching this, make sure you like and sub.
Yeah, there you go. Make sure to like and subscribe, eBay.
Yeah, they are a great platform, and I think they get overshadowed by the big boys these days, Amazon, Walmart, because third-party sellers on both of those.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I sold on Amazon for a while, and it's just hard to deal with. Awful customer service. Everything over there is miserable.
I bet.
And at eBay, it's as a seller, if you have an issue, they don't automatically discount you as a human being and just side with the customer immediately.
Yeah.
If the customer's doing something stupid, then they'll help you out.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, I can definitely attest to that a little bit. Like I literally had a meeting this morning that was just like a scheduled check-in to like make sure the health of my channel's going good and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And I was coming off a really large stream over the weekend. We sold like over 100 plus sealed Lego sets, which was awesome.
It's awesome.
We had somebody come into the stream and buy like the first 7 items, and they just ran up the numbers. And listen, I'm running a stream. I'm new to this platform. I'm not gonna let I know this guy's gonna cancel, and I don't know how to ban him because like I haven't been taught these tools yet, and I don't even think you can mute somebody, but you can't stop them from bidding. So like even if I get rid of him, like I can't get him out of there. So runs up the numbers on these 7 items, not the way you want to start a stream with 3,000-4,000 people in. I mean, it was crazy.
Wow.
He ends up leaving, and then of course all they get canceled orders or whatnot. But I bring up this scenario to the eBay team in the morning. They're like, hey, we understand all this. We're gonna reimburse you, whatever, or not reimbursing it for like the items, but like we're gonna make sure you don't get hit with any transaction fees, and like just really taking care of me. I on a one-on-one level, right? I mean, this guy's sitting in a Zoom meeting with me this morning and just going through some of these things with me, and like I just didn't have that at the competitor. Like that never happened. Which I think is just, I mean, it just shows wonder. I mean, this is a bigger company, and they care so much about the people they work with.
And that's why they've lasted 30 years, right?
That's it.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
So somewhere in this process, you managed to work your way into LAN.
Yeah.
I want to ask questions cautiously here.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So you clearly we've talked about investing and reselling. You have this eBay thing going on. They know that you're buying and moving a lot of Lego.
Yeah.
That's not your typical LAN member.
Yeah.
Is that exactly why they let you in?
So, I'll speak a little bit in the past here. I think it was 2021, end of the year, November, December, somewhere in there. I applied for the first time in LAN to get into Lego Ambassador Network. They accept, I believe, twice a year, and I think they accept in like March, April, May, somewhere in there, and then also I think September, October, somewhere in there. So it's like pretty much half the year, whatever it is. I ended up getting denied my first year. At the time, I was at like I don't even think we cracked 10,000 subscribers at the time, and I was still pretty early stages in Stud City. And I didn't get discouraged. I was like, yeah, that would be cool. That'd be great. But the moral of the story here is not that I fabricated my answers. I don't think I spoke to me. And I think my submission to enter LAN was like, hey, I make Lego content. I try to do, grow communities and, all this stuff that like, I'm not saying I don't do, but I don't think it was like truly what the Stud City community stands for. So fast forward until 2022. I'll never forget it. It was actually my birthday. It was on my birthday in October. And my mom was like, at the time, she's like, hey, we're heading up dinner. I want to take you out for dinner. I'm like, okay, perfect. Let me do something really quick. And I applied within like 10 or 15 minutes. And every question I basically answered was the fact of, hey, I am a Lego content creator that specializes in Lego deals. I'm like, your products are expensive. They're a premium product, and we know that. But my goal, and it's been my goal, I talk about it on the channel, is finding deals and sales for the consumer. There's so many Lego fans out there. There's so many parents out there that want to buy Lego for their kids, for their nieces and nephews' birthday gifts, but it's not affordable to everybody. I said my goal is to find, whether it's 20% off, 10% off, half off, 80% off. That's my goal. And sure enough, that was my exception into LAN. And I've always said in my videos, I stay true to that. I feel like my content today still reflects that. I know I make review videos. I did make review videos back then, but not as frequent. But I do enjoy them. If I didn't enjoy them, I would. But I still feel like most of my content has not changed from that point in time. I've always been a Lego seller. I still am today. I do it in different fashions. I talk about Lego deals on a weekly and daily basis. That has not changed. We have the Discord server where I make the videos. So I feel like I'm one of those. I'm not saying other LAN members aren't, but I feel like my content hasn't changed in a way that like holds me back. I feel like that core concept of my channel and my niche is still there. Of course, we have adapted and we've tried to grow in the fact of making better quality videos, more interesting videos and stuff like that. But I feel like those channel dynamics have stayed the same and have not grown.
It's funny the way that the algorithm feeds people content. It's very rare I see anything related to a new release from you
Mhm.
outside of the box.
Yeah.
You know, it'll show me, you know, deal stuff, whatever, and you know, it's like the more business related stuff, whatever. And you walking in the house with boxes when you get them,
Yeah.
it never shows me any reviews. It never shows me anything out of a box.
It
If I
knows.
want to see it, I have to go look for it. The algorithm never feeds that directly.
It knows. It knows.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. Like, there's a handful of, you know, viewers that love my review videos, and I'll be honest, they are not worth my time in like monetary value, right? Like it takes me more time. Like I don't get the gain monetary from making review videos, and I've showcased that in like my videos previously. I do it for that select niche that values my opinions on those sets because I find value in them. And I know they take my considerations into sets to heart, and I try to be as truthful as I can. And I talk about those Lego sets. And I know I always get the comment like, "Hey, like, you know, you got to speak true to like Lego on this, or we'll never get the prices lowered." All this, and I said, if you really stand by that comment, watch my review video because that is the direct impact to land. Like the Lego Ambassador Network, the Lego Group, they watch the review videos. They read every comment on those videos. I'm sure of it. Like I'm pretty sure that is like one of the direct ways of, you know, Lego getting feedback from the sets that they give all LEN members, not just me. So I think that is one. If people are really true to that is probably the way. Now, outside of that, the content that I really enjoy and love to make, of course, is the Lego deals and sales. And the fact that, you know, that algorithm for sure pushes it is reassuring because that's something I love doing.
Yeah. One video I did see that took me by surprise, not just the video itself, but that the algorithm even gave it to me, was the Jack Sparrow video.
Mm-hmm.
That was a riot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't know how you had to practice that walk, but that was good.
You know what's funny? I had a friend who goes by Lifting Breaks in the community. He actually added me on his story and like 10 other creators that like are like really good friendship. And he said, "I'm very happy you guys got the Black Pearl, but why have you not done this?" And I immediately like I got this like notification and I was like, "Oh my God, I have to go make this." And I ran and I went and made it. Like I dropped everything I was doing and I went and made that video. And it's
awesome.
funny that you say that the algorithm pushed that video for whatever reason. And I don't know if it's Disney or the Lego Group. I feel like not even just my own videos, but like many other content creators, I feel like the numbers of views across any Black Pearl video, across any channel, I think done exceptionally well across all these different LAN members. And I think it's really interesting.
Well, hopefully they take note of that because there's a couple more ships we're going to need. So, yeah.
Silent Mary.
Oh, yeah.
That would be great. What's the other one?
Queen Anne's Revenge.
Queen Anne.
Yeah. That was actually the first big set I ever sold.
Wow.
I sold it used. And man, I still regret selling that. That was awesome.
Isn't that wild though? The set you sold, you regret.
Yeah. We've sold a couple awesome ones. We sold the whole Power Miners theme. Yeah, that was sad.
What's your biggest regret on selling the Lego set?
I don't know. That changes a lot. So 2 or 3 months ago, we sold. I'm not a big enough Star Wars fan to remember the name of it. There was Republic Attack Frigate, I think it might have been called.
Yeah.
That thing was friggin' huge. It was just chunky.
Like blue and gray, right?
It was gray and red.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of a different one.
Yeah, but I couldn't believe how big it was, and we found the stickers first in a bulk lot, and then a couple little chunks. So we dug through the bulk lot and assembled it. It's like, wow, this thing is awesome.
Yeah.
But it takes up too much space, and I'm not a Star Wars collector. It doesn't make sense, but man, it was cool.
It was cool.
and it sold in 24 hours. I think it went fast.
Star Wars is like liquid gold, man. Anything.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know, kind of another gray ship. That one had a cool shape to it, though. So it was a little different.
It wasn't just a gray ship. It had a good shape to it.
Yeah, yeah,
Man,
was
yeah.
fun.
But could you always buy it back?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I could, and it's such a terrible thing to say out loud. People get so bent out of shape, but I don't care about minifigures. Give me a good build, and I'm happy. Like, I'm not afraid of going and buying the Black Pearl and selling all of the minifigures, so I get a discount on a killer ship. Like,
Wow.
they don't mean anything to me. They're gonna go up high like that,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna be able to see the minifigures anyway.
Yeah.
I just want a killer ship.
That's awesome.
And
I love that perspective. It's almost a little untraditional. I feel like your traditional Lego collector is like really sought after on the minifigs.
Yeah.
So to have that take of like, I don't care about the fig, I just want the cool build, display it. I like that. It's different.
Yeah, I mean, in a set, it's $380. Clearly, we're not going to pay full price. I'll wait a little bit. We'll get a discount on it, but I'm still going to pay, three and a quarter.
Yeah.
I don't want the kids playing with that.
Yeah.
I want to display it.
Yeah.
So the minifigs can go. I'll get a discount on it that way too. Get some of the money back.
Yeah.
And then I'll use the minifigure money to buy some Minecraft nonsense, and the kids can play with that. It'd be great. Everybody wins.
Everybody wins.
Yeah.
It's understandable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We'll have to keep that in mind if you're ever selling any figs. I'm always buying minifigs now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right. Well, I got some work to do on Lord of the Rings, so I'll have some extra minifigures coming up there too.
Right on. All right.
Just price shopping a little bit.
Okay.
Gonna use some of the little bit of Barnes and Noble trickery, save some money that way. That the permanent 20 or 25% off is always nice there.
Yeah, that's definitely a good partner right there, Barnes and Noble. They do a good job.
Yeah. Okay, so Stud City Shop. So the first time I saw Stud City Shop, you had a lot more sets on there, which I'm assuming all of that's gone the way of eBay at this point, right? More or less.
Actually, the story's a little bit different.
Okay.
Yeah, I could share it. I don't think there's any harm to. So I started the Stud City Shop like officially, honestly, maybe a year now. I think it was like maybe last November, so maybe even before that. And I was just slowly uploading sets and just kind of taking it. It's just me running the shop, so it's nothing like crazy growable. I don't have this pool of employees to like upload for me and buy out inventory and all that stuff. So a lot of it's just stuff I buy and sell. So I started this, and then here we are. I was going back to Greece to visit family for like 3 months this year, which is a long time and a very tough challenge working in social media. Very tough. While I was away, I got an email from Shopify saying, immediate action. We are,
Oh no.
Yeah, we're taking down all your listings. And I was like, what? So they were pushing for me to have a reseller certification, like signed by the Lego Group.
Okay.
I have my reseller certification by law, like through the state that I'm in.
Yep.
Not good enough. And like I'm overseas, I'm like, I can't deal with this. Like I'm literally on a boat in the middle of the Mediterranean, like with family. Like this is the last thing I care about right now, right? Like I was just like, I don't care. I'm not even like selling. Like it's on pause. So I send them a bunch of like just fake documents, like not fake in the sense that are like I forged them. I just sent them like my reseller certifications that I know don't qualify, that they're looking for, that it's like so objectively like nonsense. And then they like escalate it. Like you will get like the escalation, like a threatening type thing. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So I called somebody who's really runs a really large shop in the States. His name's Ryan. I was like, hey, I need some advice. I know you run a shop. I know you've used Shopify in the past. What do you recommend here? And he just like gave me a list of contacts and said like, good luck. And it was the right path. And I was just like, okay, do I do this? I know I'm going to eBay. What do I do here? Like, do I even like spend the time and money? Like I had to pay some penalties just, and like this new, I forget the name of the company, but like I had to pay them to like get this certification, which like it wouldn't be a problem if I was going to pursue it. But I'm like, is this like am I hearing something like, why don't we pull back on this? Just delete all the listings. We're going to eBay anyways. It's time to pull back. And that was the route I took. But
Okay.
quite a excursion to get there.
Wow. Okay.
And my intent with Stud City Shop is to keep it regardless, whether I have product on there to sell or not. Just because like I think it's worthwhile to have a place, maybe like, and I need to do a better job, but like maybe list the other YouTube channel or Instagram, just to have like a place for media or something, like a landing page more or less.
Well, now you have. I don't know exactly how this works, so I guess that will be the question. Is this your own private label product, the stands, or is that you in conjunction with somebody else?
So I have somebody else make those.
Okay.
So yeah, somebody else prints those, which I think are really cool. They are 3D printed, which I think the possibilities with 3D printing, it's going to go places, I think, in the long term. So I'm excited to dabble in that a little bit. I feel like a lot of those stands are like really costly nowadays from like some of the big ballers that I'm just like, man. And in all truthfulness, I ordered a bunch of those for myself, and he was like, hey, do you want to like order maybe 100 extra and like put them on the shop? I'm like, that's not a bad idea. All right, let's try it. Because I'll be honest, I ordered them for myself first, and I have probably 50 of them in use right now.
Yep.
So I'm like, if I use them, other people probably will too.
Yeah.
So it was cool. It is cool to launch, and we moved quite a few of them. And all the feedback that I got was everybody loved them, which is great. So hopefully I can like do more with that. Yeah.
So on that note, for anybody who hasn't seen it yet, I think it's latest. It came out today, as far as I'm aware. You did plug those and show empty shelf space that you've created, lifting up some of your sets.
Yeah,
that was a pretty good way to work that into the video. That was very smart and looked great.
I appreciate that, and like not to plug here on the stream, but like that video that you're talking about, like I mean, it was kind of eye opening. Like, dang, there's a lot of extra room now, right? Yeah. I needed it for myself. I'll just say that. Like, I needed it for myself, and like, if I'm using it, I know other people will too. So I feel like it was a safe bet to be like, all right, let's order another 100 of these.
Yeah, those things are slick. I'm using these, whatever the material is, basically clear plastic, like stands. So it's basically just like a shelf, so you can fit some smaller stuff on top. When you get right up on them, they don't look very good. They're fine from a distance, but right up on them, they're kind of cheap looking.
They kind of, yeah.
They are cheap. They were very cheap, but
that's all right. I mean, whatever.
They're serviceable, but always looking for better options. Those stands look cool.
Thank you. They did a good job.
They're not just sticks, which I appreciate.
Yeah, they're actually like a table surface, like flat, which is cool. Yeah, it's stemmed from, I have the Galaxy Explorer, and I was actually working on a sponsored video with that set, and it was just sitting flat on the shelf. I'm like, this is horrendous. Like, this set is so gorgeous. I'm like, why is this like this? And I was like, I need to order something for this video. Like, this would elevate my video. Like, I know it's spending an absurd amount of money for 1 2-second clip in a video, but like, this is needed. So I got with my friend that I know who like design stuff, and I was just like, dude, get this here now. Like, can you do this? So he ended up doing that, which was really cool. And that's truly where it started. And he's like, well, what if we make it universal for like Star Wars sets? And I'm like, yeah, because I have 8 to 10 Star Wars, play scale sets that just look atrocious, just stacked on a shelf. Like, just elevate them and we could put 5 more ships on the shelf, right? Like, you could get so much more and look cleaner.
So it's a good question here. Your collab with Brick Love. How did that come about?
Yeah, this is so I think I met Brick Love, and he could probably correct me if I'm wrong. I think he did some tiles for me when he was like getting on the map, like ages ago, maybe, like 3-4 years ago type thing. And he didn't charge me. He just gave them to me. He's like, hey bro. And I don't even know how much these things go for. And like, I just recently found out that like, he charges maybe like, $80, $100 for like 100, 200, 300. I don't know the exact number, but I'm very fortunate. Like and I'll disclose that he never charged me. And he's like, hey, if you don't mind, post them and just at me on your story or something. I'm like, sure, this is great. Like I was just giving them away too, like at a convention. Like I literally ordered all these stuff for a convention. So I ended up chatting it up with him a little bit like further and beyond. And I started like really looking into some of his work. And I actually have like one of his minifigs here in front of me. But I started looking at some of his work and I was like, man, these are cool. Like, I'm like, you print this? I'm like, this is like, this is all official Lego. And I was like, dude, we run a really cool live stream that like, I feel like it's changed the game. Like it is a very unique stream that myself and many others look forward to on a month-to-month basis. I was like, we have a crew of people. What if we gave them something that like was unique to those streams? And that's kind of like the birth of the minifig. I think the first one, if I'm not mistaken, was the Darth Revan we did for like May 4th of 2024. And it came in this beautiful tin that he got, and he printed all over it. Stud City times Brick Love. The Revan minifig was gorgeous. Like, he just did such a great job with presentation. And then it was a sellout, 50-something minifig release. And we're like, wow, this is like, the feedback was what really got us. It's not the fact that we sold out, but it was that people were like, are you guys going to do more minifigs? Are you guys going to make every month? Right. And then I think we skipped a month. Like, it wasn't like, oh, we're going to do this every month. I think like we missed a month or so. And then we're like, maybe we should do this for every single month. And that's like truly where the birth of it kind of came. It came from like a multitude of things. It was like finding that online shopping stream of doing every single month, and then crossing paths with someone as ambitious as John from Brick Love, and that like made awesome products, and a community that just like really supported. And like it would not be here without the community. So thankful. We have so much feedback and like so many people that like enjoy these minifigs. And I think Quinlan asked this, but I also see Nick O in the chat. I gotta give a special shout out to him. He's collected every single minifig since that Darth Revan, the first minifig.
Wow.
Every one, which is insane. I know I'm, for something like that, like my intent is to maybe make a 1-of-1 personalized for him or something to shoot out. And it's awesome that he's here right now. But like, it is, you don't have no idea how much it means, like, for have somebody like Nick or, Quinlan or anyone else who's bought 1, 5, 10, all. It means so much. Just the support there. It's truly something special.
That's great. So have you increased quantities over time?
No.
Wow.
We actually lowered quantities to like 25 once. We're like, hey, we're just gonna run 25. And I forget which minifig was it that we did that. But no, I don't think we've always just kept it at 50 minifigs. We've just always done there. We've had some sold out, and there's been a few that haven't sold out. I actually think our Pirate right now that we released isn't sold out, but part of that is because I released it on the 1st, but Lego was a very dumb release day of the Black Pearl on the 11th.
Yeah, what a weird month. Very strange.
I'm not for it. I think it's overly complicated for Lego fans.
Yeah. Even staying right on top of things, you still can't keep track.
Yeah.
And it kills the buzz. Like, staying up till midnight, just watching, waiting for the site to crash, which it hasn't.
It hasn't, right?
Like, yeah, which is weird. And I think that kind of, it's disappointing,
It is.
right? Like if it doesn't crash, it feels like everything flopped.
Right. It really, and I think a big part of that has been this like widespread of different release days. And I mean, I said it in a video, and I'm gonna say it now. I think my biggest issue is that like I'm somebody who like talks about Lego in videos every single day. I literally do this for like most of my lifestyle. And I don't even know when half these sets are releasing because I can't even keep up. Who's to say someone that just, has an attachment to the Black Pearl is going to like keep up and be like, oh yeah, it releases the 11th for members only at midnight. So it's actually the 12th. It's just not going to, it's very frustrating that they're doing it. Where if it was just simplified to like, hey, all the new Lego sets drop October 1st, September 1st, whatever it is, it would be so much easier for many fans. And it didn't always used to be like this. I feel like in past ages, man, they didn't even have a set release every month. It was like, January was a big wave. February often got skipped. March had like the Speed Champions and Ninjago wave. Then April like was nothing, and May was the Star Wars. Like they literally started releasing slowly sets every month, and now they're not just every month. Now they're doing it multiple times throughout a month. Times have changed.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I can just imagine, being like a normie, casual fan, whatever. And you're like, oh, that's right. I heard about, whatever set. They always come out on the first of the month. You go in the store, you're like, yeah, I already happen to be here. I'll go buy it. And they're like, no, that comes out in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, then you leave the mall and you forget.
Yeah.
Like it's the moment has passed.
Yep.
And maybe they'll think about it at Christmas again,
That's it.
Yeah, that's lost sales.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing there. I'm hoping there's enough feedback that they are gonna like stop doing that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and stacking is nice. We get the next GWP. I don't know if that's official or not. You'll have to tell me if that is official. I will say nothing otherwise.
Is it for the 11th?
I think it starts the 8th.
Okay, with the Black Pearl.
Doesn't the Black Pearl come the week after that?
Maybe not.
Okay.
Oh, okay. The controller. Okay, yeah, the controller was on an official Lego page. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
The Sega one, yes. Yep. You're good. It was officially revealed on the New Zealand website, I think.
Okay, good. It'd be cool to stack that with some other things.
Yeah.
But is it Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or Willy Wonka, whichever way they went? Yeah. That's coming out at the same time as the Sega controller.
Isn't this is part of the
well, exactly.
I'm pretty sure Willy Wonka releases like the 18th for the public, and then like the 15th or 14th or something.
Okay, so what was the other one?
I'm gonna check
because we had the normal release, and then Willy Wonka, Black Pearl, and I think there was a third one. Like it was 3 weeks spread out. Maybe I'm forgetting. Which goes to your point that this is all too complicated.
It is extremely complicated for no reason. Beyond frustrating, I think. And I'm definitely hearing it from others too. So I can't be the only one, which makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
The only time I buy Lego from Lego is if there's a GWP.
Which makes sense.
Because, every other time is cheaper everywhere else.
Arkham Asylum.
Oh, that's the other one. Oh, man. I don't know.
I forgot about that. I literally forgot about it because I thought it released the 1st.
Yeah.
So this one says it ships it's on pre-order. It ships September 9th. So I'm assuming it releases the 9th. So,
okay.
So the 8th at midnight.
Yeah. All So as long as they don't throw us the curveball of you can get the controller with purchase of everything but Arkham Asylum,
Right.
which we saw them do last month with
Yeah.
whatever it was that I bought. I don't, God,
Yeah.
backlog problems. They need to stop that.
I come from a time when I started collecting that like this, exclusion of gift with purchases did not exist. Like it would be very rare. I understand with Star Wars, maybe they did like May the 4th at the time. They were like, it's exclusive with just Star Wars stuff. But like I really came from a time where I first got into this hobby that it was like there's 3 really good promos out right now, and they're all stackable with whatever you buy. And guess what? Rakuten has 20% off. So it was just like this amazing all the time deal. Yeah. And it's just like not the case anymore. Like it is like far from that case anymore. Which is very frustrating. And another thing that like, not like, I don't want to just talk negative, but like in May 4th, like they ran all these deals and promotions, right, for fans, which was great. And then like 2 days later, they made all those deals promotions go even further in sale. And it's just like, bro, we just bought this and now you're making it like that's going to make people. I totally get this if it was like different sets on sale that were better deals. Like I can rationalize that, but it's just like, how is something 100? You put it on sale for 80, and then a day later you put it for 70, and it's just like that's going to make a lot of people angry. Yeah. What are you doing? And my hope is that like I know we're 3 days in now, but like I hope they don't do that with the Hogwarts deals, and I don't think so because I mean Diagon Alley sold out. I'm sure.
It's back.
Is it back?
Yep.
I haven't checked since it got back, so I know it was out, but okay, that actually surprises me.
Yeah, wow. That was good to see. I don't know if it's still back, but it was back.
No, it's sold out.
Again? All right.
Right now it says sold out.
Well, there's a good investment.
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if that pulls a Shadow Box or a Coliseum,
I called it. Yeah. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. I went back and I compared that to, was it the 2012 Diagon Alley set that had the 3 buildings?
Yeah.
That was 100. It was 150 at release, and it's like 410 now.
Okay, this is the one with green dots. The white paint. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think that was the closest comp on anything like minifig scale. I mean, now we have like the kind of 2-packs, I guess.
Wow, it's kind of crazy. I feel like the Diagon Alley is so much better than that set.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why.
It also works out well for the people that missed the whatever it is, the Wizarding Wheezes that retired Target exclusive last year.
Yeah.
This version's not quite as good, but at least it's something when you miss that.
Right. Yeah.
That one got expensive fast.
Yeah. That one shocked me. I do feel like this Diagon. There's multiple things that I think like stand out for this set. It's that like there's 5,500 pieces for MSRP 450 set. Like that's exceptionally good. There's still a bunch of minifigures, and I don't think a lot of them are exclusive, but like there's a handful that are in there that were like $15-$20. It went on sale, and I think the biggest one is it's the old box art. It's like the last of good looking box Lego sets. Like this, it looks like Harry Potter, right?
Yeah.
The Hogsmeade doesn't look like Harry Potter. It's this boring black box art style.
I hate the black boxes. I really do. I understand, I guess, why they're there, but
I think most fans are over them. I think I forget where I was, but somebody asked about like the Ninjago ones. They're like, why did these get like this gorgeous box art and then like other sets don't? It's like, oh, because it's 16 plus, not 18 plus. Like they strategically did that, right? Like if they put those Ninjago Legend sets at 18 plus, they would have been gate kept around these horrendous boxes. And I bet those sets directly would have not sold as well due to a boring box. Like I really think those box arts help sell those sets. And rightfully, they're great sets, but the box arts did them justice.
I also think that for Ninjago fans, that's a lot more necessary.
That's
I don't think they would tolerate the black box art the same way. Ninjago is just, it's more fun, I think. It's Ninjago is, Star Wars, but with smiles and worse hygiene.
Yeah.
Right. It's
that's
those fans. They're a lot of fun.
I have a really good friend of mine, and she's a diehard Star Wars fan, and she's building a big Lego set right now. And she's like, I need something to watch. I'm watching. I'm not going to disclose who it is. It doesn't matter. But she's like, I'm watching Ninjago for the very first time.
Awesome.
She binged like season 1 through 4 already, and special shout out to her. And she was just like, "This is amazing. Like I'm hooked. Like it's like Star Wars, but it's not. Like all these conclusions that I've just like I love to hear and see. I mean, it's cool. It is. I wish I could. I always say I wish I could erase my mind and watch Ninjago again for the very first time.
Yeah.
I'm bad at TV. I'm bad at shows. But like that show, just like, oh my God, no way. Ice Emperor Zane? Like, what? He's the Emperor. Like, I didn't see it coming, and everything just threw me for a loop. I'm telling you, I'm like a kid. Like, I just don't see things coming. I'm starstruck when I watch these things.
Yeah, it's a great show. It's awesome to build to, or put on in the background while you're sorting, that kind of thing. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
I just hope they give Aaron a bit more of a spine at some point. He's still a little whiny for me, but
he reminds me of a young Lloyd. Like Lloyd was from someone who didn't watch Ninjago as a kid. I mentioned I didn't have Lego or watch Lego when I was a kid. So like Ninjago was not something in my youth. I watched it as an adult for the very first time. Everybody raved about season 1 and 2. I still think those are the worst 2 seasons. I think they're very important and they're good. They're timeless, but like they are the worst 2 seasons. Like Lloyd is annoying.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't watch my first episode of Ninjago till I was 40. So yeah, late in life, and everything changed when I met Pixel.
I love it.
Yeah, the relationship with her and Zane, I think, is phenomenal.
I love that. And I love that like everyone has like their different perspective of each. Like everyone's character's favoritism is different, right? Like you love Zane and Pixel's relationship. I love Jay. I love Jay and Nia's relationship. Like that one's always stood out to me. So like for me, my favorite seasons are like season 6, Skybound, or Prime Empire, because Jay's a lead role in it. So, but I'm sure yours are very different because of your characters.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you talk about the Jay situation. It's in Dragons Rising, man, that's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough with them.
Yeah,
sad to see.
I'm concerned on what's going to happen. I'm actually, because they leaked out the first 8 episodes or something, right? Of the last part 2 of season 3. It's tough to say.
Yes.
So I watched those, but I haven't seen the last 2 episodes.
Okay.
But I will be watching them this weekend with like a group of Ninjago fans. It's gonna be I can't wait.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I was worried with this new story arc at first, but I think they've handled it well. I think they've done a great job.
Yeah.
And anytime you have a dragon is like one of the team, that's kind of cool. Ryu. Yeah. It's I think they did a good job building up a dragon as a character. That's been fun.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest, I did not like Dragons Rising season 1, especially when it came out. But like after I rewatched it and like continue on with the series, that's phenomenal. Like I think it's almost like I'm almost at the point to say like this is some of the best Ninjago we've seen yet. Like I really like season 3 for me, and even season 2 of Dragons Rising. I'm like, oh my God, this is great. Like this is really great.
Yeah, and they did some cool stuff there. Uh, I I was kind of hoping we'd explore more and like maybe we'd actually, see some Chima kind of stuff happening just to kind of cross over into, the different realms. I thought that would
Yeah.
have been fun. But I don't know. I mean,
One day.
Roz was a hell of a tryst. I think
Yeah.
they did a good job there.
One day.
It's done
I
fun.
think it'll happen one day.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, God, there's so many Chima minifigures I need to get rid of. Like, make that popular.
Yeah. Oh my!
Can't
Could you
even
imagine the
park this
payoff
thing.
though if you hold those and like that actually happens? Like, man, it'll be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's when we first saw him, I said, "Oh, I have an idea." And I didn't spend a ton of money, but you can get, it's 50, 75 of those minifigures for 30, $40. People just don't care, right?
Yeah.
So somewhere here, there's like a gallon Ziploc bag of just Chima stuff.
Chima.
And just in case, I mean, worst case scenario, what do you lose?
Right.
Nothing. But,
Right. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's that's a safe bet. That's a safe bet. Yeah, if that ever does happen, that payoff will probably be immense, right? Like so many people are like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta go back and buy the Chima figs."
And if not, I mean, really, those heads are pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, great figs. It was before my time, but I could still appreciate all the figs and sets.
Yeah, I mean, if you buy any kind of bulk, it's inevitable that you're going to get at least a handful of them, whether you want them or not.
Right. Yep.
And they end up in every bulk lot. Like you buy a Ninjago bulk lot, there's a couple in there. Star Wars, there's a couple in there.
They always show up.
Yeah. Yeah. People are just trying so hard to get rid of them.
Yeah.
What's it say? Did I ever have a 9-volt train system? No, never had a 9-volt train system. I think I have enough parts in the house to build one. But yeah.
Big train.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever seen a train that just like spoke to me like I have to have that. I don't know. Yeah, no, that's not true. I want the monster. Was it Monster Hunters? Monster
Monster
Hunters, I think it was. Monster Fighters. Yeah,
Yeah.
that train is cool.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
one's weird.
but-
Like it's got like all glow in the dark pieces, if I'm not mistaken,
Oh
right?
yeah. I briefly looked in the part in that together, and the stuff that I didn't have on hand was very expensive. Yeah,
Yeah, even the figs too. I'm pretty sure the figs get quite up there.
yeah. It's I don't know. I have the glow in the dark face for the train. So just knowing that I have that just kind of eats away at me.
I have to build it now.
Yeah, it's that'll just stay off to the side, and I don't know, maybe someday.
Someday always turns into no day, right?
That whole theme was great. I wish they would remake that, or
I feel like they tried with Dreams or Hidden Side.
yeah, Hidden Side was at its tail end when I started,
Okay.
and the whole idea of Lego and technology together just didn't sit right with me. So I ignored it. And then along comes Mario, and now there's talk of whatever else they're going to do. And Soundwave.
Yeah.
So they're figuring it out, I guess. But
Yeah.
I don't even think Hidden Side is supported anymore.
No. It's a retired theme. This set was great on half off discount. I think, going back to the black box art styles, they tried something new with that box art and it failed them significantly. And it just showed, right? Like I genuinely think that theme failed solely because of box art styles. And
It was weird.
it was just like, you just didn't understand it, right? And I built a lot of the dream sets or the that what theme was it called now? Trying to blank.
Hidden Side.
Yeah, a lot of the hidden sides. I built a lot of those sets, and I really enjoyed like all of the sets I built. Like all the figs were fantastic. The train, the ghost train set that Hidden Side had was amazing. The haunted school, I mean the school bus, like they had some sweet sets, but you would have never knew because of the just terrible box art style.
Okay. Yeah, that's disappointing. And then, on the flip side, you have sets that have decent-ish box art, but they're based on terrible source material. The
Yeah.
Dream sets, you know, like I got a couple of them behind me, and the Dreams villain sets are awesome. They're
Yeah.
really good. Nightmare Shark Ship was fantastic. The Big Raven is great.
Yeah, that's so. I think I always say the Nightmare Shark Ship. I bought that set at day one MSRP because I was like, this set looks great, and it stood up. I really enjoyed the build. I think it's a great set.
Yeah.
The Raven was cool. I think Lego sent me that one, but like I really enjoyed that build. Like it was cool. I have it on display in my room. Like I love that set.
Yeah, and it's like these sets are awesome. Why isn't this show better?
Yeah.
Like the third season just came out, and it was better. I mean, I think they maybe moved in a better direction. They had some stuff going on, but
Yeah.
you still can't really care about the characters. I think it's kind of a shame.
Yeah. I think they can't remake Ninjago, right? Like they can't. I don't know. Maybe they can, like in a different world, but like they're not doing it, right? Like I think they really need to sit with the Ninjago team and be like, what made this show so special? And it was the attachment to some of those characters, and they're just not developing them the way we need it to happen. I watched season 1 of Dreams, and I'll be honest, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I think I watched it twice, maybe even 3 times. And then I got to season 2, and I think I only watched a few episodes, and I was like, I can't watch anymore. And like, I gave up. I was like, I haven't watched. So I haven't watched since then.
Yeah.
But I did think season 1 was strong.
Yeah, I think I wanted. I guess I was just used to Ninjago. I wanted, a little bit stronger characters, more bold personalities, and you kind of got middle schoolers who were every one of them was having an identity crisis.
Right.
Like, I got enough kids in my family. I don't need an identity crisis. I just want to watch a show.
Yeah. Yeah. I that's a really good point. I think Ninjago excels there, where like they just give some killer villains, grow the plot, like make it all tie together. Like it is literally like the Star Wars of the Legoverse, right? Like, and they don't make it as tacky as Star Wars.
Yeah, but they also make you care about the villains in Ninjago too.
Yeah.
Like it's Harumi is a fantastic villain, right?
One of my favorite characters.
Yeah, I mean, Garmadon, if he's even a villain, is a great kind of villain, I guess. Right?
Yeah,
and
I mean, I think as a good, I think you can go through every villain and be like, like you have an attachment to each and every villain.
Yeah, and although I hope that we don't ever have to have an Overlord as a villain again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, well, the last time we saw him was in Crystallized?
Yes. Yeah.
He'll be back.
Yeah, probably. What they just brought back, what's his name?
Moro?
Yeah.
Did you watch there's Possession, and then there's the hour-long movie. What is it called? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's supposed to take right after Possession, but before Skybound. Or I think it might even be before Possession. It's like an hour-long movie, film-ish. Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. I have to look this up. It's bothering me. Because like I didn't even know it existed. Let me see. Hold up. Oh, why am I not finding it? So like it's mainly about Moro. It's like an hour-long film.
Huh.
Have you seen it or no?
I don't think so.
Oh my god. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank here. Oh, The Day They Departed. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, I did see that. I didn't
Okay.
realize that was a movie.
Yeah, it's like maybe it's not. It's like 45, 50 minutes or so, right? Like
Okay.
a long film.
Okay.
I had not seen that until modern day recently. So like The Day They Departed, and I guess I don't want to spoil it for. I know Jess and Nick said they're like I'm gonna watch it, but I won't spoil it because I think it's too good. But I didn't realize some of the event. Like I take away Day of the Departed, not seeing that and watching Dragons Rising first, I was very confused with that scene.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, wait a minute, because like without that film, that character is a very different person after watching Possession, like the normal series.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
So I like really struggled in Dragons Rising. I was watching it. I was like, wait, what?
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Part of me loves when they're like, oh, let's bring this old character out from nowhere. And then it's like, is it really necessary? Or are they just kind of like reaching? I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works better than others. But I mean, Crystallized, they brought everybody out of the woodwork.
But have you rewatched Crystallized in a while?
I watched it. I rewatched it right before Dragons Rising started.
Okay.
Because I always tried to go back a season.
Yeah.
Just to see what I have to remember. And then Dragons Rising came and it was like, wait a minute, this is a whole different thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not till later that it starts tying together a little bit more. Yeah. But rewatching Crystallized, like I think anytime I watch something first, I'm like, oh yeah, it was all right. But after I like rewatched it, I was like, holy smokes, this was great. I really enjoyed Crystallized the second time I watched it. I was like, my gosh, this is amazing. And then like looking back at some of the sets, I'm just like, oh my god, I didn't buy that. What was I thinking? you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah. White Pythor is a cool looking minifigure.
Crazy. All the minifig. I think there was not a bad minifig in that lineup.
Yep.
Yeah. All the villains. Crystallized was crazy. Mechanic, Overlord, Crystal King, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, and I think it's thanks to Ninjago. We have trans legs and trans arms now.
Yeah. 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 From the season 3 Warriors, right? The Dragonian, the Septical Dragonian, something like that.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to say it.
Yeah, it's something with an S.
Yeah, I'm going to get it wrong. But yeah,
like Skeptical.
Yeah, and they're cool. I mean, I would imagine I'm gonna have broken ones all over my house at some point. But yeah, I don't know how those are gonna hold up. But you got to figure they've tested them for a while, so maybe there's some chance. But yeah, I think those will part out pretty well.
Oh yeah, I honestly I think the cheapest one is like almost $5 in the U.S. Like they're like a $5 fig, which is
wow.
Ninjago standard is like, whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah. Ninjago with the most, I think it's still the most affordable battle pack.
Yeah, 100% is $10.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think, Minecraft has one that's got 5 figs in it, but I think that's like 15 or something.
Oh.
And one of them, I don't know what Minecraft counts as a fig. If it's just because it has a head, or some of those things are weird. I don't understand them. But
yeah, that's one thing I don't
battle pack-ish.
Dabble in. Yeah, Minecraft, I don't know. But that Jay's Mech battle pack, that was like $10 one with like the 2 Wolf Warriors. That is a good battle pack for $10.
Yeah. And that's what you want as a kid.
Yeah.
You want to open up a package and have enough things in it that you can do something with it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, for $10, if you get one minifigure, who's chasing them?
Right.
Nobody
Right.
chasing anybody. He's just standing there waving at the corner of the street,
Yep.
advertising a used car dealership or something. I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah, and that's like the downfall of Star Wars. I think in modern day, it's just like, a battle pack is $45. Like it's just
It's
crazy.
ludicrous.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, the whatever they call it, the Walmart 3-pack is $45.
Yeah, and you get
And it comes with the.
I don't know how many. So it's Captain Rex. It's the clone battle pack. So that one has 4 clones, 3 Imperial droids, and 2 battle droids. So that's
I think that's right.
5, 9, 10, and then we'll see the other set's another. So it's 14 minifigs for $45.
Yeah,
and you're gonna get, what, 8 in the $45 battle pack, but half of them are droids.
Yeah,
or 7.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't understand, but $45. I mean, I think that's a great deal
for the 3-in-1.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think it's like one of the better deals on the market.
And somehow, towards the end of the season, you can always find those 3-packs marked down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you find that for $30, and that's a killer deal.
Yeah, at $30, I'm arm sweeping, right? Like I just like that's good enough for me.
Yeah, and it's I guess I should say this because some people don't know that it's actually the 3 individual boxes inside of that box.
Yep.
So they really did just take the 3 sets and put them in another box and then sell them.
They literally just made a custom box for 3 sets that they overproduced probably.
Yeah. So, I mean, keep the ones you need, sell the one you don't, give it away as a gift, whatever you're going to do. It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a City 4-pack right now. That's actually kind of cool. It's only 4 little $10 sets in there. It's around $25 or something, but
still,
it's
That's something you buy for little Jimmy and to unwrap during Christmas. You're like, hey, there's 4 Lego sets, and like that's something a kid would want, right? Like, or 1 battle pack, right? Like,
There's a Minecraft 5-pack that I forget what that one is. I think that one might be 45 too, but that's great. It's same thing. It's a ton of minifigures. Jimmy did not earn it. He only gets 2.
Yeah, he did not.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy better get it together. Stockings are getting expensive these days.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. All right. So one thing I'd really like to touch on is, so you wrote a book. Yeah. Wow, man. That's a pretty big deal.
It's, I haven't, so like family wise, I haven't told anybody. Like,
oh, okay.
I don't care. I mean, it's set to release in like 5 days from now. It's time. It just like, it hasn't hit me yet, it's been about a 2-year venture for writing, and I took a break shortly after like my mom had passed. It was just like, I don't know, like I didn't find the like urge to continue. And then I a couple months after, I just like it really put the spark under me. Like, no, I want to do this, right? Like it was like a more of a reason to. And I'm, it's always just been a goal. A lot of people have weird goals in life, and I was like, I would love to produce a book. Like it's just one of those things I just always wanted to do. Like I've never told anybody I wanted to do that, but it's like if you asked what's your bucket list, it would be one of those, top 3 things. And like I took this from, I think it was Warren Buffett that said it, and he's like, take a list, write out 100 things, draw it back down to 10, and then now just select those top 3 and do it, go for it. And like this was one of those top 3 things, and it was extremely challenging. Like you have all these stories, you have all these words, and in my university days, my lowest grade was an English class, and I think my English is pretty good, although a second language to me. I think it's pretty good, and I just couldn't. It was so tough. It is so tough. It was a real challenge in so many levels. I have to give a big thank you to my wife for putting up with probably my crankiness after writer's block for 3 hours and spending so many countless nights just like, hey, you know, I'm not going to sit and watch TV with you. Like time I could be spent with her, but instead I was sitting on a laptop typing sentences and retyping and dealing with editors and proofreaders. And again, a big thank you to the countless editors that I had to read my book and all that kind of stuff. But it was a real life journey over the last 2 years now. And I'm happy to finally release it this 9th of September, which is it's exciting. I actually had, so Tanner is someone who's been live streaming with me since like the beginning of my YouTube channel. And he's one of like our first few members on Discord that I met in a Lego space through reselling Lego. And we've been friends for 5-6 years now. I didn't let anybody other than my wife know I was writing this book. And then the editors that I didn't know beforehand and proofreaders and all that stuff that like I hired to help. I mentioned it to Tanner literally this last week. He goes, "What the heck?" He goes, "Can you send me a copy?" And he texted me this maybe a few hours ago. "Hey, just want to let you know I skipped all my classes today, didn't scroll on media, and decided to read your book the entire day."
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and and he sent me like a few paragraphs. I haven't got to read them just yet, but hopefully some feedback and input. But I was like, man, and I think the moral of why I'm saying this is because like I've always been this person that like I hold a lot of these stories. I don't like to disclose my next move or like, you know, stuff that I'm working on. I like to be done with it and be like, oh yeah, here's what I've been working on. Like it's already done, right? It's already been done. Yeah. And I think that's that's like one of my bigger faults. And I totally understand that. I don't know. It's just always how I've rolled. But I think that for me is a prime example is like, man, I should have called Tanner a year ago and in the early stages of the book and like, hey bro, do you mind reading this for a day? Like it's, you know, very much conceptualized project. Like now it's just like final detail of editorial editing and like, give me your feedback, you know, like looking back, I think I should have let more friends and family in to something so major, you know.
Could have made the process a little easier. Or you could have had too many cooks in the kitchen and it could have ruined the whole thing.
That's it. And, you know, like I think one of the biggest things, and it was a tough pill to swallow when working with a couple editors. And one of them was like super experienced in something like this and like bringing a book to life. And I was sitting down in a meeting with him, he was like, when you write a book, you need a clear vision of your goal. And, you know, he doesn't have a best-selling book, so I don't know if he's the greatest advice person to take from it or anything. And he's talking about this, like, do you have like a vision for your goal? And I was like, do you want to sell 100,000 copies? Do you want to sell one copy? Do you want to be a New York's best-selling author? And it like really caused a lot of reflection. I was like, this is where I really need to see it and think. Like, what do you want? Where do you want to be? Like, what do you want to do with this? And I think my biggest goal was to like realize myself in writing, stay true to myself in this story, in this book, outside some of the life reflections and truthfully showcase some of the teachings and lessons that I've learned in like a unique way. And I think I accomplished that. So like if whether one person reads it or 1 million people and my one person already read it, I feel accomplished, you know, like that's, you know, all the rest is a bonus, you know, that's how I feel about it.
Awesome. Well, did you find out when or if there's going to be a paperback link coming up?
It'll be on the 9th. The paperback will be on the 9th. I don't know why it doesn't let pre-orders for paperback. It only like allows pre-order for Kindle, but it was a little strange. I tried to like work with them, but I haven't got like much response. So I haven't like, aside from like being on a few streams here in the last week or two talking about it, I haven't really publicized it. So it's like on the 9th is when like I'll like make like I don't care that anybody knows. And I already see like Jess and Nick say, when's the book signing and stuff. I greatly appreciate that. I don't like please spread the love. But like officially on the channels and like even to my family, like my family still doesn't know about this. I'll probably post like on my personal Facebook, like, hey, officially posted, like I think it'll be cool to do. So I'll actually post it on the 9th.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So guys, the link is in the show description if you want to look for that. I was looking at it today, and you had mentioned the paperback. It's like, I mean, I guess I could pre-order it, but I'm not going to read it if it's a digital version. If it's a paperback, it's in my hand, I'll actually read it. So I'll hold off.
Oh, I appreciate that, Ken. And
I would much rather have a physical edition.
I'm the same way. I don't really read EPUBs or e-copies. I am a reader, like, believe it or not. I have like my built library upstairs, which a passion is for me is reading. I read, like, I'm not a crazy reader. I read like between 15 and 20 books a year, which for me is a lot, and I'm very proud of it.
That's probably well above average, though.
I'm really proud of it. And I love to read, and trying to find time to read is the biggest issue. But I have to read paperback or even hard copies, whatever you want to call it. And then when I travel, I have my phone and I have, the library card, and I read on there, but it's just not the same. And I find it normally when I have to read off my phone and I start a book on my phone is when I take like a month hiatus from reading. Yeah. It's just how it happens.
Yeah. Yeah. The audiobook question is going to be one of my next ones too. Did you think about that?
I think I would definitely have someone like voice over it. I'll have to like pay someone to do that, but I think that would definitely be a next step. I really want to see how the launch goes. I know I see some comments on there like, hey, will you do a book signing? And I don't know if this is a good time to do it or a more presentable time. I'm doing a Bricks and Minifigs grand opening in December here local to me. So I think that might be a cool time to like, hey, if you want to sign copy, like that might be a good time. I feel like that might be appropriate. But if not, I will think of something to do like an official book signing date, which I think will be really fun.
Cool. Now, how much Lego related stuff is in the book? Probably very little, right? I started off with very little. And this was part of my wife's pushback on this. I started off with very little, and she's like, you do Lego every day, and it's very much shaped a lot of your life in the last 5 years. She's like, I think you need to like share more, and like how much your growth is going to continue there, and like your projections for in the future, as well as like how it's like helped change your life, and like how much is reflected and changed your life in the past. So I ended up starting to like really share a lot more of like the Lego connection. And I think it's really interesting, like just having like that self-reflection of how much Lego has impacted my life. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Like, I mean, mostly good, because it's really just, it's changed my life for like the craziness that my life is. It is crazy to just think back and see, had I not done Lego, God only knows where I would be right now. But I'm very fortunate Legos in my life, because it's given me some of the greatest opportunities I've ever had, and hopefully still will have later down in the road. But like, I mean, now for the most part, I do this full time now. And without Lego, I wouldn't be a content creator. I wouldn't work with brand deals. I wouldn't work with, sponsored, like all these things, and all these, going to Singapore and meeting, a Singapore resident who is one of the biggest Singaporean Lego fans, going to Egypt with a land member, like, and meeting him because that's where he lived. Like, everywhere you go, the building block, Lego, a Lego fan is there. And I think this is the biggest thing. A Lego fan is everywhere, and they're just the connecting point. And then from there, you stem out and have your conversation. Like, everywhere I've been throughout the world, and like in 2024 through till today, I think we've hit nearly 20 countries, which is crazy. And almost in every one of those countries, we sought out to meet a Lego fan friend that we follow or engage with on media. And every single person's house, restaurant, or wherever we met up has changed my life in a great way.
And I think that's great. And it all comes down from a Lego brick. So like showcasing to your story, Ken, how I'm like incorporating Lego into this book, I think would do myself an injustice had I not shared some of these stories.
Man, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And it comes out on Arkham Asylum Day.
Yeah. Which day is that? Which day is that?
I think you said it was the 9th. Is that what it was?
Yeah. So
All right.
the 9th is my birthday in October, and it's always been my favorite number. The book has 9 chapters for a reason. There's many of these things that like I put into this book that like if you do like a lot of the bigger picture, like okay, that makes sense. Like that's Carissa, like that makes sense. But yeah, so I was like, okay, Georgiana was like, when was I've been done with the book like finalized for like about 2 months now, and she's like, when do you want to release it? And I was like, well, I dedicated this book to my mom. Her birthday's coming up in August. I'm like, do I want to do it then? My wife's like, do you really want your mom's birthday to be a day that you remember that you dropped your first like book on? And I'm like, good point. Like, just like all these things bouncing back ideas. Like it's good. I mean, you can take that out with how you will. And she's like, just have it its own day. You've always been a 9 fanatic. Drop it on September 9th. September 9th means nothing to you. Like, why not that be the day? I was like, okay. So yeah, that's kind of what we decided on. So even that had a little bit of meaning to it.
That's cool. Yeah, it'll be an easy one for you to remember.
Yeah. My mom always told me, I was born on Friday the 9th, and I was born at 9 p.m. on the dot when the clock hands literally lined up because for whatever reason, when she was giving birth, the clock fell off the wall. That's what she always told me. Yeah. And my father had said the same thing. Like, it wasn't like my mom was making this up. He goes, no, like you looked at the clock, it was 9 o'clock sharp and the clock fell off the wall. Like, that's a crazy story. Like, what do you mean it fell off the wall? So
say, well, it's over now. Here we go.
Yeah. Wow. So I've always had that attachment to 9, like even further and further. Yeah. So.
Oh, that's great. What an awesome story.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me tell it.
Yeah. So the wife is a pretty big business partner, it sounds like.
She's, they always say, and this wasn't my anticipation going into marriage or when we were dating, but they always say your biggest investment is your partner, your wife, husband, whatever it may be.
100%. I
couldn't agree more. Right. Yeah. I'm very blessed. Like without Georgiana, I wouldn't be a fraction of the man I am today and the man I hope that I am and hope to be. But having someone like as your backbone, stem bone, like, and all the crazy ideas. Last year, I told her like, "Hey, we're both stepping away from our jobs. We're going to Asia for 2-3 months." She was on board. Like, what other wife would be like, "All right, let's do it"? Like, I'm very fortunate. I'm very, very fortunate, and I know that. and she's up for it. So I would never. I'm so thankful that she supports me in everything. Hopefully I support her enough in a lot of the things she does. I think one of the reasons we're so good together is because I'm very spontaneously crazy in ideas and she's very not. So there's not conflict there.
Yeah.
But
that's important. You need a little bit of that yin and yang, right?
Big time. And in how that translates to Lego and the Lego space, she builds Lego sets with me, for me, all the time. She's very excited about land sets that come in that like I'd have to fight with her if I was able to build them. Like like some of the Christmas sets that you may have seen on the channel that I posted, like she's like, nope, I'm building these, right? Like, and I'm fortunate, right? Because there is a lot of Lego sets and it's something we get to bond over.
Yeah. Did it take a while to get her into it, or did it just happen?
So this is actually awesome because someone asked a question of the same realm earlier this month or so, and they said, "Were you already how did you break the news to Georgiana that you were a Lego addict?" And I said, "I had it easy. When I met her, I wasn't into Lego. So like I was dating Georgiana and met Georgiana well before my Lego adventure began. So like it grew with her. So I think it ends up playing to your advantage, right? Like it's almost like something you built with my wife. kind of thing.
Yep.
Which is awesome.
Yep. That's fantastic. Because then she gets some input into when you're going a little too crazy.
Yeah.
Things are getting a little nuts.
Oh, she tells me I'm too crazy.
I mean, communication is important.
Yeah.
You get a couple of those deliveries can show up at the same time, and then you hear some backup alarms. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't even remember what I ordered. Sorry.
I'm thankful. I work from home most of the time, and I'm collecting packages ever before she's home.
Yeah, that helps.
That helps big time. Yeah. I think she drew the line of just, hey, I'm not helping you pack orders. Like, I'll help you basically do anything, but packing orders ain't for me.
I actually really enjoy that.
Really?
Yeah, if you get a good system down, it's because you're only using, I mean, maybe not so much for the bigger sets, but for most things, you're using 3, maybe 4 box sizes.
Yeah.
And 2 or 3 different mailer sizes, minifigs, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's not a lot of variety there. You get a good system down, you get a good scale, you could fly right through it.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. It's kind of like an addicting thing also. It's like, I want like a package this order fulfilled. Yeah, next, and so on until you're done, right? Like it's the checklist kind of feeling to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, we're over 2 hours now, so
Okay.
I think we should probably call it. I appreciate your time. This has been fantastic. It has been great getting to know you tonight.
Likewise, Ken. It was a blast. You giving me the opportunity to let me talk for 2 hours. So hopefully you didn't let me steal the show too much. And I really appreciate you having me on the show. It's definitely something I'll be watching more of in the past and more into in the future. So thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. This is 3/10. 10th is next week. All right. So next week we have Noah from the Brick Shed will be with us. He just bought out his business partner, and he has the largest lot count in all of Australia now on Bricklink.
Wow.
So that'll be a fun little story.
That'll be interesting. Well, I'll be watching, and
all right.
If I don't get to congratulate him, make sure to give a huge congratulations for me, because that's impressive. That's amazing.
All right. Will do. Everyone, thank you for hanging out tonight. It has been a pleasure. If you can, like and subscribe, I would appreciate that. That means a lot. And I will hopefully see you all next week. Good night.
Night.